Hey man, nice chest hair. I want to grab it. I want to reach out and put my hands on it and just like, I want to sink my fucking fingers into it. I just want to touch it. I want to feel what's it like having that much hair on your chest. Oh, she's here. I'm hot. Shh. Oh, that was so hot. I wonder if there's any other clues lying around. He's back! No touching. No pomegranate! Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table.
So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How?
For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. Oh, I just love when he gives us that smirk. This guy reacts to these sleeping pills, see? If there are traces, they'll change color.
Wow, neat! Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Do it!
Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright.
Shit.
I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2.
Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too.
I guess the rumor must be true then.
The rumor?
Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, has some kind of hold on Hammer. She had dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again.
Miss Oldbag, I think it's about time you tell us about what happened 5 years ago. What do you know?
It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in.
Miss Oldbag.
You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. She silenced that paparazzi.
How?
After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone.
Miss Oldbag.
Hold on a minute. Here, take this. A photograph?
Wait a second.
This is the picture.
Is this the trailer in Studio 2?
Hammer was supposed to fight with the bad guy on top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor, and the man fell onto the flower box fence.
She just gave us a critical piece of evidence. You want to look at this?
She's not even looking. Where? Where did you get that?
Well...
Oh, bag.
You hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer.
The wind.
Sure is blowing.
Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer.
We get to talk to the pretty lady.
Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? So I'm a blackmailer now.
Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident. But you used it to drag down Mr. Hammer from his rightful place as a star. Look at those posters. Look what you did to him.
Mr. Hammer's career went sour on its own accord.
You were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident.
Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident.
When she looks at me like that, I'm not sure how to feel.
Must I spell everything out for you? God, her smile. It's always a smile that kills me. Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident?
No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose?
Would you have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me.
But the security lady said it was an accident.
Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She dumped on the reporter who brought the photo to the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. Of course, all the reporter would need is negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me, now.
As much as I like you, I don't think we can do that.
Boys!
Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't know what to do about this one, buddy. You're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased?
Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt.
No. Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all?
Boys, erase away.
No!
Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me, now.
Not bad. You came at the right time. It looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. Who's at the bottom?
Me? Today will be the final day of this trial. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Ezra seems a bit on edge today.
He's been on edge the whole trial. This is nothing new.
On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes. I'd say I'm gonna kick her ass, but I think she would kick my ass first. Not that I have a problem with that. I really hope my parents don't watch my videos.
I don't fucking get it.
I guess this is a statement that's a contradiction, that the fact that she ate T-bone steaks, but like, what's the issue with it? Oh shit, that was right? I was just guessing.
You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind.
Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak?
Yet there were no bones left in the plates.
The plates were bare. Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak,
she ran into the Steel Samurai.
And then you did it.
You killed him with your own hands.
And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon?
I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would.
Huh. You see.
Yes. But that has no bearing on this case.
Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon.
What?
Looks like we're right. We're on the right track, Phoenix.
The spear was found lying next to the victim's body.
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon.
But that is the murder weapon.
Not so fast. If you'll recall, during the rehearsal, they broke the samurai spear. But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who was wearing a thick costume with this, through the chest? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was?
Very well, let's see this murder weapon then.
I think now's the time for that photo. Are you ready for this?
What is that? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs.
This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest?
What are you saying?
Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? and in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body?
Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body?
She had another way. Remember what she said earlier? The van.
You carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. You're being caught red-handed, bitch! Don't forget, it was Salmonella that drove that van. Are you suggesting that Manila was a conspirator? No. Ha! So without Mr. Manila noticing anything, she put the body in the van, then managed to put the body into the costume. Are you seriously suggesting that is possible? Of course I'm not serious. Of course Salmonella had to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. That's it? So what happens next? Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? I lost? Something like that? Didn't she already say that? Wait, so you mean... Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Who can say? What? Are you sure I did? She's doing the math teacher thing. We just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle? You proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? What? Of course it's as the witness says. He's so at a loss for words right now. Certainly it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Damn it. Damn it! To come so far only to fail. This is the moment when Mia Fey shows up. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. What? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. Oh. That would have been really cool if he just came in and saved the day. For the defense. For some reason, he's a prosecutor. What is he doing? I see. Very well. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, Indeed, verily I say, ergo. In other words, I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. We haven't heard much about that, actually. Why did Edgeworth? Who knows? Do you think he's having a guilty conscience now? I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing it at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. Please continue. What? Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. What? Since when were you a defense attorney? Think. Miss Vasquez says she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Damn, he's coming in clutch. But why? What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe this is happening.
I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would not be rehearsal. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Wasn't she not present there? How did you know about the injury?
How did I know?
Sal. He told me. Sal, the director. You have to find something to peg this on her here.
Peg.
You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers.
What?
She said Hammer! I didn't even notice that! One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured?
I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong.
But there's no way he could have gotten it wrong when he was the one who saw it. You saw Hammer limping.
Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured?
Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. And when was he doing this? Well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume. I went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Can you refute this claim? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing.
Can you prove she had a motive? Well, it's gonna come down to me, isn't it?
I mean, it has to do with the rumor, right? But, sure. Okay, I have proof and I'll show it to you. Yeah, we have proof, Phoenix. We have proof. I totally know what it is. It would be this. This is my proof. Oh, I was right? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With Dee Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, Dee Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change, bringing us to present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star.
One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed Dee Vasquez, not the other way around. Oh no. I think I see what he's getting at now.
She had no motive. I don't want to reveal evidence. She had no motive, Your Honor.
What's that now?
It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense.
What's that now?
It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again.
I see. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
It appears you have brought about yet another miracle.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found, so it was only natural, not a miracle. That's unusual, but okay. He does have a point.
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers,
Not guilty. Yay! Good for him.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
I'm just glad you're okay. Nick Edgeworth.
Oh, God. He's angry. Say something, Wright. What is this? Are you guys having a moment? I'm not good at small talk. Well, then why'd you come here? Are they flirting?
That was too bad, Edgeworth.
You don't waste any time gloating, do you?
No, I really want to thank you. This guys would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers.
What?
Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again? What?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. What kind of romance subplot is this? Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. What kind of unease and uncertainty about your relationship? What do we need to leave? Do you guys need a moment? I don't think I should be here. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. Was that guy your friend? I don't think he was just a friend, if you know what I mean.
And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. Nick! This is it! The new show starts today. You're gonna watch it with me, right? I know I'll watch it with you, ha ha ha. I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody, not Assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? Isn't it great that you guys finally have friends other than each other?
Wait, does that go for me too?